You are not here to chase joy as a reward. You are here to begin from it. If you are an executive, a leader, a creator, a coach, or a counselor, this shift can change the quality of everything you build, influence, and become. Most people still live by an old script: work hard, prove yourself, achieve more, gain approval, accumulate results, and someday maybe you will finally feel fulfilled. But that model is broken. It drains brilliant people. It turns gifted leaders into exhausted performers. It makes creators produce from emptiness and then wonder why success still feels hollow. It makes counselors hold space for everyone else while losing connection with their own center. What if joy is not the destination? What if joy is the point of origin? What if love is not a prize you earn after life finally goes right? What if love is the frequency you enter before anything meaningful can be created? What if compassion, understanding, balance, knowledge, and beauty are not outcomes of a successful life, but the raw materials from which a successful life is made? This changes everything. If I start from pressure, I create pressure. If I start from fear, I create systems of fear. If I start from emptiness, I may produce work that looks impressive on the outside, but still carries emptiness within it. If you start from approval seeking, even your achievements become negotiations for worth. You know this pattern. I know this pattern. You can see it in boardrooms, in leadership culture, in the creator economy, in relationships, in healing spaces, and in personal growth. People are trying to manufacture inner fulfillment through external motion. They are trying to extract peace from pressure. They are trying to create love while standing in emotional starvation. They are trying to serve others while being separated from their own source. And that is the reversal you must understand. You do not become joyful because your life finally works. Your life begins to work differently when you become joyful first. You do not become loving after the world gives you reasons. You become loving, and then your words, decisions, presence, leadership, and relationships carry that signal into the world. You do not wait to become compassionate after everyone behaves well. You become compassion first, and then the quality of your response changes. You do not wait for perfect conditions to access beauty. You recognize beauty within yourself, and then what you build starts reflecting it. This is not passivity. This is creative responsibility. It means I no longer ask my work to give me an identity it cannot sustain. I no longer ask achievement to give me a self I have not cultivated. I no longer ask attention, money, status, or outcomes to fill a lack that can only be transformed within. And you must stop asking the outer world to hand you a state of being that is meant to be activated from the inside out. That is where real leadership begins. A leader who begins from fear may still generate compliance, but not trust. A leader who begins from inner balance creates steadiness in the room before saying a single word. A creator who begins from scarcity may produce content, but a creator who begins from beauty produces resonance. A coach who begins from unresolved hunger may perform wisdom, but a coach who begins from understanding becomes a mirror in which truth can safely emerge. A counselor who begins from internal compassion does not merely apply technique. They transmit safety. Can you feel the difference? This is why your being matters more than your branding. Your inner state matters more than your image. The energy from which you speak matters more than the sophistication of your language. People are not only responding to your strategy, they are responding to your signal. They are responding to what you are before they respond to what you say. So let me say this clearly. Stop treating your highest qualities as future trophies. Joy is not a trophy. Love is not a trophy. Compassion is not a trophy. Understanding is not a trophy. Knowledge is not a trophy. Beauty is not a trophy. These are starting points. These are foundations. These are living frequencies. These are ways of being that reorganize reality around you. And yes, this can feel difficult at first because you may have been trained in an older pattern of life. You may have learned to believe that exhaustion proves value. You may have learned that stress is the price of relevance. But your deeper work is to remember, not to chase. You already contain more than you have been taught to trust. There is an inner reservoir in you. There is intelligence in you that does not come from panic. There is love in you that does not depend on perfect circumstances. There is compassion in you that becomes stronger when ego stops performing. There is understanding in you that grows in silence. There is knowledge in you that becomes available when you stop outsourcing your authority. And when you begin there, something extraordinary happens. Your work changes, your relationships change, your voice changes, your choices change, your creative field changes. Why? Because you are no longer creating in order to get filled. You are creating from overflow. That is the shift. If you want to create joy, become a more joyful presence. If you want to create love, become more available to love now. If you want to create understanding, sit long enough with yourself to actually contact it. If you want to create beauty, stop bypassing the beauty already present in your way of seeing, speaking, building, and caring. If you want to create knowledge, stop assuming wisdom only exists outside you. Learn, yes. Study, yes. But then digest, embody, integrate. Let what you know become who you are. This is especially vital for high-functioning people. High-functioning people can mistake movement for alignment. They can become so skilled at producing, leading, teaching, guiding, and performing that they lose contact with the original energy of why they began. They become efficient but not alive, visible but not rooted, successful but not inwardly nourished. I do not want that for you. I want you powerful and whole. I want you impactful and anchored. I want you effective without being inwardly fragmented. I want you disciplined without becoming emotionally numb. I want you influential without becoming artificially constructed. And that requires a new relationship with creation itself. Life is not a straight line to an ending. It moves in pulses. It moves in cycles. It moves like breath, tide, seasons, expansion and return. There are times when you move outward boldly and times when you must go inward and listen. Do not fear these rhythms. They are not signs that you are failing. They are signs that you are alive. Sometimes you will feel clear and radiant. Sometimes you will feel quiet and reflective. Sometimes you will feel the urge to build. Sometimes you will feel the need to pause. Do not fight the pulse. Learn the pulse, respect the pulse, work with the pulse, because the moment you stop resisting life's inner movement, you stop wasting energy pretending to be constant in a universe designed around rhythm. And once you understand rhythm, you stop asking every low moment to justify itself. You stop panicking every time clarity retreats. You stop assuming that a quieter season means your power is gone. Sometimes your next breakthrough needs stillness before it can take shape in words, systems, offerings, art, leadership, or service. You begin from within. Before the meeting, tune your being. Before the decision, tune your being. Before the post, the program, the speech, the session, the strategy, the launch, the conversation, tune your being. Ask, what am I being, before I ask what I am doing. If I bring agitation, I multiply agitation. If I bring clarity, I multiply clarity. If I bring compassion, I multiply compassion. If I bring beauty, I multiply beauty. If I bring grounded joy, I multiply grounded joy. That is not fantasy. That is influence at its most fundamental level. So the invitation is simple but not shallow. Stop waiting to become after achievement. Become first. Then create. Become first. Then lead. Become first. Then speak. Become first. Then serve. Become first, then build. Let your work become an extension of your state, not a compensation for its absence. And if this message is landing in you, take it seriously. Do not just admire it intellectually. Implement it. Experiment with it in real time. Bring more joy into your body before you create. Bring more love into your voice before you speak. Bring more compassion into your nervous system before you respond. Bring more understanding into your silence before you advise. Bring more beauty into your perception before you build. Bring more knowledge into embodiment before you teach. That is how your outer world starts to carry the signature of your inner evolution. And this is the closing truth I want to leave with you. You are not here merely to produce. You are here to radiate. You are not here merely to cope with life. You are here to consciously participate in creation. You are not here merely to survive systems that emptied you. You are here to become the source from which a new way of living can emerge through you. So lead from being, create from being, serve from being, love from being, build from being, live from being. If this spoke to you, subscribe, follow, and share this episode with the leaders, creators, coaches, and counselors in your world who need this reminder now. And if you want to work with me more deeply, step closer, stay connected, and let this be the moment you stop chasing your essence and start creating from it.